Ryan and Karina Cooper presented as a typical Midwestern family, married since September 2009 and raising 3 kids. Ryan worked long hours as a farmer, Karina ran her own barbershop salon and had big plans. She was preparing to expand into multiple locations. On the surface, it was a picture of stability, a hardworking husband, an ambitious wife, a blended family in small-town Iowa. But behind closed doors, it was slowly unraveling. And on a mild summer morning in June 2021, it all came crashing down. June 18th, 2021, 4:35 a.m. A 911 call is received by the Tama County Sheriff's Office in Iowa. The caller reported someone had been shot in a home on the 1800 block of K Avenue in Traer. The first deputy arrived on scene just under 7 minutes after the call. Inside the home, he found a man slumped in a recliner, bleeding from the front of the face. Karina Cooper was on top of him, screaming and, according to later court testimony, not attempting CPR. The victim was later identified as Ryan Cooper, her husband. At the time of the deputy's arrival, the individuals inside the residence were Karina, her 3 children, and Ryan's brother Aaron, who had just arrived after Karina called him seeking help. All were immediately removed from the home for safety. Paramedics responded shortly after and officially pronounced Ryan dead at the scene. Further investigation of the crime scene raised red flags. Deputies observed what appeared to be 2 gunshot wounds to Ryan's head, one near the front of the face. The autopsy later confirmed he had been shot twice at close range. The manner of death, homicide. A single .22 caliber shell casing was found, but no firearm matching that type was immediately recovered. Deputies also noted there were no signs of forced entry or visible struggle elsewhere, and no property was missing. When asked, Karina told officers she'd been asleep in the bedroom and woke up to find her husband had been shot. Once the scene was secured, she was taken to the Traer police station for questioning. By the time Karina's interview began around 10 a.m., she had already signed a voluntary consent form allowing officers to search her phone. And, as she sat across from the detectives, she had no idea they were already steps ahead. They had her phone, tips were pouring in real time, and the crime scene didn't back up her story.
So you said you thought that maybe somebody was in the house?
That's what I thought.
Did you hear any other sounds or commotions or anything other than the one that woke you up?
No, nothing.
Like,
cars go by all time of the night, but I didn't see it. I looked out the kitchen window, I didn't see anything.
okay. No sounds of like the front door slamming shut or
No.
anyone running down your deck or down your steps or anything like that?
No, nothing.
Okay. Okay. So, after trying to wake him up or get his attention, you said you called Aaron?
I called Aaron before. Okay. Well, I touched him or whatever. And then I just remember I started screaming and screaming. And Kate came down. That's when I told him to get in my room with the other 2 kids, and I called Aaron from in there.
Inside the room?
Yeah, I think I locked the bedroom. I was in and out. I went in and locked it. And then I thought I had to go call Brian. I didn't know somebody was there. I tried to get my stupid gun that I don't even know how to work and have never shot out of the safe that he said we had to have. And I couldn't even get the thing open. It's in our bedroom closet.
Okay. And how big of a safe is it? Just a
one security type
okay.
handgun safe. don't even want to open.
Okay, and
So,
you couldn't get it open?
I don't think so.
Did you ever actually get the gun out of the safe?
No.
Okay.
I touched the safe, I think, because it's some stupid fingerprint thing, I think, and I put my finger on it and nothing happened, and I was screaming, and
Okay.
I called Aaron. He said he was on his way, and I went back out.
Okay.
I told the kids to stay in the room, but they wouldn't, so I kept going back in there to take them in because I didn't want them to see.
Yeah.
And I was scared. I didn't know if somebody was there.
Okay.
At around this time in the interview, detectives were questioning Karina's brother-in-law, Aaron, in a separate room. Aaron had been the first person Karina called after the shooting, and he arrived at the house just minutes before deputies. During his interview, he told investigators that Ryan had recently seen a Snapchat message pop up on Karina's phone from a man named Houston Danker, one that appeared to reference intimate content. Detectives immediately directed forensic technicians to extract and review Karina's Snapchat data. The interview with Karina continues as they await results.
Again, not to be personal, okay, but again, these are things we need to ask, just try to figure this thing out. Has there been any marital issues between the two of you?
Oh, we had a rough patch shortly after his mom passed away where we weren't getting along. There wasn't any real issue. We were just both sad and mad and not communicating. And
it's something how the ones you love the most, those are the ones sometimes you treat the worst.
I'm
sometimes.
a talker and he's not, and I was always pushing the, breathe, whatever, talk, and he shuts down, and
Okay.
nothing where there was ever any doubt about our marriage.
Okay, so no affairs of any kind?
No.
By him or by you? And the only reason I ask is if someone went in and did something to him, and again, we don't know. It could be that, could be medical, we don't know. I'm just thinking about like the scorned lover type of thing or anything like that.
No.
Okay. So there's no
We
no
don't
concerns
go
of that for
anywhere.
you?
We don't do anything. He might go to the bar after work with his friend Riley, and he's never home past 8. That's how exciting we are. It's like
We're
I
the
said,
same way.
we weren't talking and getting along, but we finally talked it out, and there was never.
Never any issues like that?
Never.
Okay.
I know I never worried about it. I don't think either one. It's just, like I said, he's been divorced. We got married in our 30s. We didn't.
We got to kind of regroup here. We're going to try our best to get to the bottom of this, okay? And again, we don't know. It could very well be, like I said, a medical thing, because we've seen that before. And he is how old? 42? 42? Or something else could happen. That's what we're here to try to find out and figure out. But basically, to rehash things, just to make sure, you hear this noise, you get up, you think at the time it sounded very similar to the wire rack that had fallen in the shower a couple days earlier. But you went around and didn't see anything, hear anything unusual, didn't hear any cars speeding away, didn't hear any talking or communicating that was going on inside the house at all.
Nothing.
Is it a 1-story, 2-story home?
Story and a half.
Story and a half. And you didn't see anybody flee or anything like that?
No.
Nothing that gave you concern that at least someone was still in the home? Or did you think at the time someone was in there?
I don't know. I was just nervous, just scared.
Okay.
I don't really feel like I thought anybody was in the house until I saw him.
Okay.
And I saw blood. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I just started screaming.
Okay. All right. Well, let's give us a couple of minutes here and we'll be back, okay? You sure you don't need anything?
Investigators have now become aware of a crucial piece of digital evidence, a Snapchat message from Houston Danker sent at 3:31 a.m., roughly an hour before Ryan was shot. It read, Remember those casings? Karina had replied, absolutely 100%. For detectives, that changed everything. They were already questioning her story, but now they had a message that looked a lot like coordination, and detectives were ready to confront her. Who was Houston Danker, and what was the true nature of their relationship?
As Rick said earlier, we don't know what happened. Like he said, we don't know if this is a medical thing. We don't know if something bad happened or if something did something to Ryan. And that's obviously what we're trying to figure out. One of the questions I have is, do you know anyone that would have any reason to hurt him?
No.
Has he had any issues with anybody?
No, nobody. He doesn't hurt anybody.
Okay. I know you said that he is usually home by 8 o'clock, but sometimes goes to the bar with Riley.
Once in a while, yeah.
Has he talked about maybe somebody he ran into at the bar that maybe there was... I guess I'm just trying to wrap my head around it. You know, if anyone is going to come into your house and do something to him,
Nobody.
you can't think of anybody?
Everybody loves him.
Okay.
He just works all the time and comes home.
What can you tell me about your relationship with Houston?
Danker?
Yeah.
My friend?
Okay. And I'm going to be blunt with you and be forward with you. The only reason we ask is Aaron made mention about maybe Ryan seeing something on your Snapchat. Not that that was Houston, but maybe there was something with your Snapchat.
Last fall, there was a Snapchat that wasn't even meant for me.
Okay, tell me about that.
Supposedly. Ryan saw it, not me. And he told me about it. It was something about a married woman and naked, seeing her naked or something like that.
Okay.
And Ryan saw it and confronted me, and I confronted Houston, who were friends on Snapchat, and that's it.
So
And he swore up and down to both of us that it wasn't intended for me. And that was the end of it.
So Houston sent us... I guess I'm not familiar with Snapchat. I don't use it.
Not a picture, Ryan took a picture of the, message that he sent through Snapchat about something about being a married woman or something. I barely even saw it because I didn't know what the hell it was.
Okay.
And he swore up and down it wasn't meant for me.
Houston.
And we had snapped each other earlier in the day that day because he got some product from my salon.
Okay.
So he said that he sent it to the wrong person.
So, I guess...
This is dumb.
Well, we're trying to get to the bottom of dumb.
Oh my
We're
God.
just making sure that all the questions are answered. So, and correct me if I'm wrong, is it a situation where Houston sends a snap to you that's not supposed to go to you?
Supposedly.
That,
He did send a snap to me, yes.
that is about you being a married woman or naked with a married woman?
Don't know.
You don't know. Well, what does Ryan say about that?
We've talked about it since then. We've talked about it with friends. That's how non-issue it became after we talked about it. That said something about, remember, I've seen you naked, and something about a married woman.
Has Houston seen you naked?
No! God, no!
Okay.
He's 22 years old!
Oh,
No!
to each their own. I'm just...
Stupid town and their rumors! No!
Okay.
I cut his hair.
Okay.
I watched his kids a couple times when his babysitter flaked.
Okay.
Oh my God.
We don't know unless we ask. Right? So, and I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but it's safe to say that nothing is going on between you and Houston.
Absolutely not. After that Snapchat, I don't even talk. I don't cut his hair anymore. I told Ryan I would just keep a distance from everybody, from him, from his brother, from anybody related in that age group,
Okay.
to make him feel better. And it's been a non-issue since then.
And this was, you said last fall. Get a better time frame on that?
This snap was not last fall. It was more like this spring or late winter.
Okay. Okay.
Last fall is when I was supposedly horsing around with him because I babysat his kids and his truck was at my house because I babysat his kids. That's what all that stupid Houston Danker stuff started with.
Okay.
We're friends. Ryan didn't like him. They don't fundamentally get along. So as his wife, I said, I'm not his friend anymore. Or cutting his hair, just keep a distance. And it was over. It was done.
Okay. When's the last time you socially interacted with Houston? Or cut his hair or anything like that?
Last fall.
Okay. Okay.
I don't talk to him. He asked me to watch his kids one time. Might have been, I don't know if it was last fall or this spring because it was field work, and I said no, that Ryan wasn't comfortable with it, but Amber, my friend Amber, would be more than willing to, and he called her and she became his babysitter.
Okay.
That's the last I've spoke with him.
And what's Amber's last name?
Monit.
Monit?
M-O-N-A-T.
Okay. Like I said, we get information and sometimes we have to ask stupid questions. Okay.
Just hours after interviewing Karina, detectives brought in Houston Danker, the man behind the late-night Snapchat messages. He wasn't just a barbershop client or some casual friend. He was a potential co-conspirator, and investigators wanted to know if he was the one who pulled the trigger.
Open the 4-lane on. Oh, sorry. Just grab a seat where. Yeah, actually, if you can grab a seat here, that'd be great. Okay. It's easier for me to write. Yeah. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna really cut to the chase because social media. I started law enforcement like 25 years ago. We didn't have social media, we didn't have Facebook and all that nonsense. And now that we do, every time something happens, everybody's on the internet. Yep. Oh, yeah, you should look at this, you should look at that.
Right.
Anyway, why your name came up is Ryan Cooper died.
See, and
Okay, so Ryan Cooper died, and one of the first, I don't know, in the first hour, someone said, hey, we heard that Karina was having an affair with Houston. That's why you're here, okay?
Yeah.
So, all I got to do is I got to sort out a few things with you about that. I'm going to get you out of here, and then we may have to follow up with you again some other time.
Okay.
But the rumor's out there, so we have to talk to you, right?
Yep.
Is it Huston?
Huston, yep.
And I didn't have your phone number. You just give me a 3-1.
Yeah, like I said, you just kind of called me at the perfect time. I was going
Yeah, I was awesome. And where do you work at now?
Nolan Farms in Van Horn.
Nolan Farms.
Rick Nolan or whatever, whatever you want to put.
What do you do there?
I'm a farmhand.
Okay.
A little bit of everything. We have excavating and much.
And that's like full time?
Yeah. Yep.
Monday through Friday, or depending on seasonal?
It seems like we have so much going, so I mean, it seems more 7 days. You know, I have my kids in every weekend, so
I grew up in Belle Plaine, so I'm aware of farm stuff. That's how I'm.
Oh, so you probably know the Nolans then a little bit.
I know a lot of Dankers. I'm like trying to think of.
Yeah, there's a Dave Danker in Belle Plaine.
Oh.
Everybody asks me if I'm related.
I'm quite a bit older than you are, so I don't know. A lot older than you, actually. So.
But yeah, I would just say, fuck. An average would be 6 days a week.
Okay. All right. So, the rumor that's going around is Ryan, or you and Karina were Snapchatting. Did that actually happen at some point?
Yeah. Oh,
okay. When did that happen?
Yeah. I mean, if it's once a week, twice, I mean, it's.
Is it still going on?
With me and Karina?
Yeah.
No, I mean, like I said, it's random Snapchat shit. I mean,
okay.
it's maybe.
Is it Karina? randomly?
Yeah.
And how long has that been going on for?
Oh, shit. I don't know. Probably November, October. Just, yeah, probably October, November time frame.
And you think you said what, once or twice a week?
Yeah, I mean, it's not anything just your typical like I said, Snapchat, random,
Okay, so let's rewind then to how I said I'm a lot older than you.
Yeah.
I have kids. I'm aware of Snapchat. Actually, my daughter is 3 years younger than you. So, what does Snapchat then entail? Is it like almost like texting, something like that?
Just like, oh, you don't have Snapchat?
No.
Oh, just like random picture, like let's say you're sitting on the deck, after a long day of work, take a picture of your beer and, long day. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like let's say you're planting corn, you take a Snapchat, send it to all your buddies because you want to get them worked up that you're planting corn,
Right. So then you used to get your hair cut there, right?
Yep.
Do you still get your hair cut there or no?
Well, I did when I worked at Liquid Grove just because it was convenient. And then now with me working down in Van Horn, I don't have much time to really get my hair cut.
Mm-hmm.
B, it's not right down the road.
So, what I was told, and keep in mind this is sometimes second and third hand through people,
Yep.
is that Ryan found out that you're Snapchatting and she then refused to cut your hair. Did anything like that happen?
No, I mean, like I said, it was a more or less a convenience deal of,
Did Ryan never know about you two Snapchatting?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Did she say something to you about it?
No, I mean, we're all kind of like.
Well, keep in mind. Okay,
Yeah.
so let me explain things a little bit more.
Yeah.
So we have her phone. Okay, we have
Yep.
Ryan's phone.
Yep.
And what we are able to do is we basically are able to clone everything off the phone.
Gotcha.
In order to, so any conversation that she's had with you, even if she deleted it, we can still get it. It's like FBI technology stuff. So
Right.
we'll still be able to get that. We'll be able to get locations. We'll be able to get all that kind of data. I mean, the stuff that we can do now as opposed to what we could do back in the 90s with cell phones, it's like, it's unbelievable, really.
Right.
So, there's no point in you kind of dance. If you were screwing around with her or whatever, it doesn't make you a killer or anything like that, right? Guess what? People have affairs all the time.
Right.
There's not a perfect marriage out there, at least that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
Where people don't sometimes do things that they don't regret, whether it's, have an argument that they said something they shouldn't have, or they have an affair, or they, use too many drugs, or drink too much alcohol, or gamble too much. Everybody's got weird shit going on in their lives, right? Okay.
Yep.
So I don't want you to get too nervous about it, because if you had an affair with Karina, it doesn't make you guilty of anything other than you had an affair with her.
Right. Well, and that I'll put it this way. I'll completely dumb it down. So, like, with me and Karina, the hard thing with all that rumor being spread is I was literally sitting there like I would say a gay best friend. I was having, me and my baby mama split up. Okay. Mm-hmm. I was getting my hair cut by Karina, and I have 2 kids. She loves kids, whatever, and she always told me, if you're ever in a pinch, hey, I don't have a problem watching your kids, whatever. And so we were all, everybody was friends, whatever. Well, then, she watched my kids a couple times when I was in a pinch. Well, then it fucking, how small towns talk,
Exactly.
Houston's kids are over at Karina's. He's fucking nailing her,
Yeah.
And then, and I guess that's probably where Ryan probably got upset.
Because you kind of, again, keep in mind, I don't know you. I've known you for, 10 minutes now?
Yeah.
But you kind of got a reputation where you're pretty
successful with the ladies, right?
I won.
Better luck than some. Or not as bad as others.
Years ago.
Years ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad to say, but I'm young with 2 kids. You know,
Right,
I mean, it's not good.
Right.
But,
So the 2 kids from 2 different moms? Is that?
no, same mom.
Same mom?
Same mom, yeah.
But you guys aren't married?
No. Nope.
Right. And how old are your kids?
He'll be 2. I suck at doing the whole month deal.
Yeah, you too.
He'll be 2 in October, and then she'll be 1.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, they're pretty fucking close together.
That's pretty close.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, so your kids are staying over, or Karina would watch them every now and then.
Yeah, I think she watched them a total of 3 times, just because
Right.
I got them on the week or during the week, and then obviously I didn't have a place to go, because I don't have daycare.
Mm-hmm. So is it normally then baby's mama that watches them?
Yeah, she's got primary custody. I just got every other week, every other weekend. But see, that was a weird time because none of that was set in stone. So my baby mom at the time would call me fucking randomly and say, "Hey, you got the kids today?" Well,
like I said, relationships are complicated, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then you kind of met did you meet Karina then just from the hair shop?
Yeah. I mean, I've always known Karina. Everybody's always known Karina and Ryan because obviously I grew up in Trevor, but that's where, she started cutting my hair and bullshit,
Yeah. They're lifers from Trevor too?
Ryan and Karina?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually grew up, so I graduated from Belle Plaine. I grew up just north of town in Toledo. From 76 to 86, I lived out there.
Oh.
Yeah. It's changed a little, but not a whole lot since
No.
I lived here.
It's not like Cedar Rapids or Waterloo or something.
No, it's not, but I still feel like it's home here for me. So.
Yep.
So you always knew her. How long were you getting your hair cut there?
I gotta think back. I think it was probably when I started working at Liquid Grow. So, I don't know if it'd be... Throw 2 years out there, year and a half. Yeah.
Okay. And then the Snapchatting, did that kind of coincide with watching the kids, or how did that?
That's where that picked up was, there for a while, Karina, she was just my, cut my hair, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then, I started having kids, and she, I honestly needed help is what and I wasn't telling her, I wasn't telling her I needed help, but I was kind of,
Right.
And then she offered, and I would say that's where the chatting started, the friendship,
Mm-hmm. And then you described it as what, you're her gay friend, or how do you describe it?
The best way I could put it is, just a gay best friend,
Yeah, so...
like when everybody around Trevor was saying, "Oh, Houston's nailing her," or whatever, I'm sitting there like, "Nope."
Mm-hmm. So are we gonna? I mean, and I don't know. I mean, if you drink a lot or she drinks a lot, is there? I think back to college, when we would get a little out of hand, like we'd send like a dick pic to somebody or something. Just is there going to be anything like that between you and Karina, or anything that you're like, well, look, we were friends, but maybe there might be something that the police might think's inappropriate. But we're not going to find anything like that. Okay. I actually got because this is a state phone and the numbers always switch. When I first got this phone, I would have I don't know who this number belonged to. I'd get guys from Fort Dodge calling me all trying to sell me stolen stuff.
Oh,
yeah. And I'm just like, dude, let me meet you, and then I'd call the police and let them know where they're going to be. But okay. So what was your day like yesterday? And then
Got to work. Typically, yesterday I got to work about 6:45.
yeah.
Mowed hay until I can't remember what time we got done. About I would say 6:30, 7 o'clock last night is when I finished up.
Where'd you go after that?
Well, I left Van Horn, and naturally, I needed gas, so I ran into Traer.
Mm-hmm.
Got gas in Traer. And then went home and hung out.
And who was home with you last night?
Just, I live by myself.
Okay. Did you go on about any last night, or
After I got gas.
early morning? Yeah.
After I got gas, I just went and looked at a couple farms down by Cloutier. We have a farm down by Cloutier.
What time do you think you went to bed?
Last night, probably 11:30.
So after
12.
11.
Yeah, I'd say 10:30, 11.
Okay. So we do a thing, it's called a geofence. And what the geofence does, it's a technology thing that I'm not capable of explaining. But say this is Ryan's house and Karina's house.
Yep.
What we do is a geofence, so we'll take the map or whatever and draw like a big box around it, and every phone that travels through that box at a certain time frame
Yep.
Gets picked up. And there's this, it's scary if you knew how easily our phones are literally being tracked, whether we want it to or not. So at any point, say like after midnight, or are we going to find your phone in our box?
No.
Okay. And then we also are collecting. Obviously, you've been out there, so it's like a incredibly isolated area. I always call it God's country, right? Because it's great properties out there with all the open space and all that. But what we'll do is we'll go to all the different farms, and there's a lot of farmers get whatever farm equipment stolen, that sort of thing. So they put cameras up. We're not going to find any of your vehicles or anything on camera from last night, other than where you should be.
Yep.
Okay. Did Karina ever confide in you in anything, like her and Ryan aren't doing so hot, or did she ever complain about anything regarding Ryan? Since you might, if you're the gay friend, sometimes that's who people talk to, right?
See, and it was never like really that, like the gay best friend part pretty much just comes from me and my kids.
Right.
Not anything.
You're the helpless single dad that needs help every now and then.
That's pretty well kind of the way. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. But hey, I appreciate you coming down as quickly as you did.
Yeah. What time is it?
It's time for you to go.
About 4. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah. Yep.
Any questions for me?
No.
So it's a long process for us. We had, like I said, we had to collect all the phone data and all that stuff. So
yeah.
We got several rumors that we got to track down right now.
Yeah.
So you're just one of them.
I get that.
So don't feel too special. So
yeah.
If you don't have any questions for me, let's get you out of here.
No.
Investigators later obtained a digital warrant for Danker's phone and online accounts. Forensic analysis revealed that about an hour after his interview, he Googled, "Can old open Snapchats be found again?" Days later, he searched, "Where do murderers go to prison?" among a host of other questionable searches. Incriminating? Absolutely, but at that stage, it still wasn't enough. Neither Karina nor Danker was arrested that day. The murder weapon was missing, there was no confession, and ballistics were inconclusive. But the case had shifted. This was no longer suspicion, it was a targeted homicide investigation. For nearly 3 years, investigators quietly built their case, analyzing digital records, securing witness statements, and confirming the scene had been staged. In 2023, a combination of second interviews, digital forensic analysis, and corroborating witness statements helped push the case forward. Several new witnesses stepped up, and Karina herself revealed more details under questioning, including her ongoing affair with Danker and prior comments about wanting Ryan dead and that she could shoot him in the face. Additionally, in the spring of 2024, detectives learned that Houston Danker had given a rifle to a coworker and asked him to hold on to it. The coworker stored it in a closet at his home for 6 to 8 months. That firearm, a .22 caliber Ruger, matched the caliber used in the murder, but the recovered bullet was too damaged to definitively link it to the shooting. With that, the case was ready. On February 19, 2024, Karina Cooper was arrested for first-degree murder. 2 months later, Houston Danker was charged as a co-conspirator. Both remained in custody on $1 million bonds pending their separate trials. The trial of Iowa versus Karina Cooper focused on the state's claim of a calculated murder driven by greed and exposed through digital evidence. Prosecutors argued she and Houston Danker conspired to kill Ryan Cooper for his $500,000 life insurance policy in order to build a life together. With no eyewitnesses, the state relied on the digital trail. They reminded the jury of the Snapchat messages just before the murder. Cell data placed Danker near the home before and after the shooting, and although the recovered firearm was never definitively linked to the crime, prosecutors argued it fit their theory that Danker pulled the trigger. The prosecution's message was clear. This wasn't a random act of violence, it was a coordinated plot. Karina was the co-conspirator, Danker pulled the trigger. Meanwhile, the defense's strategy was to shift the blame onto Karina's former lover, Houston Danker. They contended she was innocent, that she had been manipulated by Danker, claiming the intimate messages were simply fantasy, not evidence of a conspiracy. They said the insurance payout was held in trust for the children and not for personal gain. While the policy proceeds were eventually directed into a trust for the kids, Karina was listed as the original beneficiary according to court filings. Then, in a calculated gamble, the jury would hear from the defendant herself. With everything on the line, Karina Cooper took the stand.
You state you loved Ryan Cooper?
Yes.
You loved him
Yes.
very much?
Yes.
You had a lover.
That's what you call him. Yes.
What do you call him?
I called him an online inappropriate relationship. When I hear lover, I assume sexual partners. It's just the way I perceive it.
Are you able to read that, Ms. Cooper?
I am.
You have a screen next to you.
Okay. I can see it. I'm afraid to move it.
You don't deny you sent that first text on March 8th of
I did not
2021.
deny that, no.
Pardon?
I did send that, yes.
Can you read it?
Read it. I just read this 10 times, I swear. With
left
heart
out-
emojis. I'm sorry. What?
You left out a love emoji.
I just read this 10 times, heart emoji.
Okay?
I swear, heart emoji. And just felt even harder for you, which I don't think I could have been any more crazy over you than I already was. That book is everything I've ever wanted to hear. You can do anything you want with those boys. You're their daddy. Don't need mom's permission. He wants to get back to wrestling. He loves it. He just got his kicked at a tournament and is scared to compete now. Just wants to go to practice. Doesn't want to lose. And you know what the sperm donor said to him after he got his handed to him? Not a fucking word other than it happens. Not let's go home and I'll show you how to get out of that move. Just it happens. They need you so badly. Is your football and baseball kid. Kid can throw a ball.
The person you just referred to as a sperm donor That's your husband,
Yes.
Ryan Cooper, who you tell this jury you loved so dearly. That's how you showed your love to Ryan Cooper, correct?
I think we all call the people that we love names at times.
I asked you, is it a yes or no question?
Yes.
Okay. And you're sending this to Houston Denker, the man you now call your online lover?
Yes.
Your husband is a sperm donor.
That's what I referred to him as, yes.
You also told him the kids are yours.
All part of the fantasy.
Is that a yes or no?
It's hard to say yes or no. I feel like that's black or white, and there's a gray area.
Ms. Cooper, did you hear my question?
I did. So, yes. If it must be yes or no, then yes, I clearly said it.
Can you read the next message on the March 8th at 7:03 a.m.?
You want me to read it?
Yeah.
Good morning, baby. You would have woke up to your horny wife's hand wrapped around you this morning, just so you know.
And who are you sending this to?
I'm sorry, what?
Who are you sending this to?
To Houston Denker.
The man you're just telling this jury that you're terrified of.
I wasn't terrified of him at this time, no.
When did you start being terrified of him?
After he killed my husband.
Oh, so this time you're not terrified of him in March.
No.
And so Houston Denker would have woken up to your hand, your horny hands around his, correct?
That's what I wrote.
That's what you wrote to him.
Correct.
You are the one who initiates that conversation.
What's that?
You're the one who sends that conversation.
Yes.
A minute later, you write to him expressing thoughts of death to the man that you claim you love called Ryan Cooper. Correct?
I wrote, here's hoping for a rogue semi today. Big accident, no survivors.
Big accident, no survivors.
That's what I wrote.
Your mind, and you should say your mind is pretty dark and twisted, correct?
That's what I wrote in the next message, yes.
More than one occasion, you told Ryan Cooper that you hated him.
Yes.
In front of friends, you told Ryan Cooper that you'd shoot him in the face.
I deny ever saying that.
Was that when you were Karen, when you said, I'd shoot you in the face?
I never said that.
Karen did?
Karen did not say it either. It was not said.
The 17th of June, 10:19 a.m. A day later, Ryan Cooper will be dead. You're talking to Houston Denker, correct?
Correct.
What is the next text message and who sends it?
That he sends?
Yeah.
Going to sleep with my hand on very soon.
Going to sleep with my hand on your P word very soon, correct?
Correct.
And what's your response?
Soaked, just thinking of you will be downright embarrassing when I have you in person. Excuse me, when I actually have you in person.
That's hours before your husband will be lying dead in his house.
It's at 11:19 a.m. on June 17th.
So in the next coming hours, your husband will be killed in your house.
He was.
With you present in the house.
Yes.
You send a text message to your lover saying, I will be your wife. And he tells you very soon he will have his hands on your most private of parts. And that same night your husband is dead.
That and many others, yes.
After both sides delivered their closing arguments, one calling it a calculated execution, the other insisting it was all Houston Danker's doing, the case was finally in the jury's hands. It didn't take long. Just under 4 hours later, they had a verdict.
All right, go ahead and be seated, everyone. We are back on the record with the jurors, counsel, and parties present. I've been informed that the jury has reached a verdict. Has the jury, in fact, reached a verdict? All right, Ms. Davis, if you could hand the verdict form to Ms. Davis. Would counsel and parties please stand? All right, I have a form of verdict. Form of verdict 2, we, the jury, find the defendant, Karina Cooper, guilty of the offense of murder in the first degree, dated this 11th day of July, 2025. And juror number 1, is that the jury's verdict? Yes, it is, Your Honor. Would you like the jury polled, Ms. Watt? All right, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, at this point, I'm going to ask that you return to the jury room.
Karina Cooper's sentencing is scheduled for September 5th, 2025 at the Tama County Courthouse. She is set to receive the mandatory sentence of life in prison without parole under Iowa law. Houston Danker remains in custody while awaiting his trial, now scheduled for August 12th, 2025 in Johnson County. If convicted, he faces the same fate, life behind bars with no chance of release.